Good morning, everybody. Orange here with another Etheria restart video, and today I'm finally going to do a video about Nell, the most hyped of the two characters that recently came out, and she's the SR character. So look, for me, I was having a little bit of a hard time getting her to live up to the hype that she was receiving in the community. Even though I thought she was really good, she felt like replaceable in most team comps and most content until I started running her in Aurora, and she made my runs on this fight about half as slow as they used to be. She made it like twice as fast. I feel like she is tailor-made for this fight, especially if you want to run a single carry competition and you maybe don't have like a built-out Tsukiyomi or a Lily. This is the fight where Nell can really pop off for you. So I want to walk you through my run on Aurora right here, show you how I'm building it, what you need to build to make this run a little bit faster, especially as like a free-to-play player where you're taking advantage of like, Ling Luo, who everybody gets for free, and a bunch of SR units. So here's the lineup. Here's what you're doing. You're gonna have a main carry. I'm using Yelly. She's my most invested DPS. I think she's the best carry in the game. However, if you have a super built Rosa, like a heavy lattice investment Rosa where you're guaranteeing yourself those follow-up attacks, your revelation and skill 3 are on the same cooldown, I think you slot Rosa in instead of Yelly, and it's an upgrade. I don't have that, so I'm using my Yelly, and that's fine. Viper is the better, is the best free-to-play option right here, because you're going to invest into your Viper. Basically, everybody's investing into this guy. Mine is maxed out. I'm running him on Swift Rush and Time Weave, so he can just keep debuffing that boss, keep cleansing the immunity. Viper, elemental advantage in this fight. He's the man. Ling Luo, look, you've got to be able to, and here, let me get my face off the screen because it put it where it blocks. You got to be able to clear the debuff the boss puts on you. One of the crucial breakpoints for this fight is building yourself a good enough Ling Luo that she can cleanse that debuff by herself. Now, if she can't, you can go back to like previous runs that I've done on this fight where I use a 2 healer setup with like a Mia or something like that, and that's fine. But if you want to go faster, what I have found the secret to be is get your Ling Luo built up. Like, I have her skill 1 max. I actually don't have lattices invested into her skill 1 or skill 2, but I have a pretty dang nice supernova built for her and pretty good shells. So a lot of HP, and she's able to, with 1 skill 3 and the and the regeneration that she gives, she's able to cleanse the debuff by herself. That's a big deal. Then we get to Nell. Now, Nell does a couple really important things in this fight that I want to talk about. One is she adds a debuff to the boss. Like, Nells Role here is make this faster. So when double EXP weekend comes around or whatever, you're farming more and more of this fight to get those great modules. So here's what Nell does. She's going to put vulnerable on the boss and speed up your allies. You're getting speed down right here from Viper and his AoE attack. You're getting speed up from the Nell, so immediately you are going faster. Boss is going slower. That's great. And boss is taking 30% more damage with the vulnerable. Then also crucially, she's using Sunshade to give your DPS, like that single DPS carry that you're using, she's giving them another turn while they're still all buffed up and while the boss is still all debuffed up on that first rotation, and basically getting a double rotation of your first DPS on the first rotation of buffing and debuffing the boss, and that's a big deal. I have not leveled her skill 1 yet. I haven't found that I need to. And then you need somebody to buff attack for your team. I'm using Valyrian. I like Valyrian a lot right here. I think you could swap Valyrian out for anybody else who could survive what the boss does while providing an attack buff to your group. Valyrian's just the easiest option and probably somebody that we've all been building and investing into. Mine's not even a 6-star. So now let's run the fight. I'm just going to run this on auto and I'll show you how this plays out. So okay, slowed it down to ×2 speed and made a little bit of a tweak to my Nell's shell just for this next run. Let's see how that plays out. Now, I want to walk you through it here at ×2. Viper going to start off with the speed and attack down. That's a big deal. And then Ling Luo is going to come out and cleanse this debuff from everybody. Now, she might not cleanse it with just the skill 3, but she's providing Whale Prayer to everybody, and that Whale Prayer will like cleanse it when it procs. And so that's the big deal. Nell is going to put vulnerable on the boss, and then hopefully Yelly will provide the defense down herself. Let's see if she does it. She does not. So hopefully we get a lot of follow-up attacks to kind of make up for that. 2 follow-up attacks, not bad. There is a huge difference in the amount of damage that Yelly does if she lands that defense down or if she doesn't land that defense down. One way to get around worrying about your Yelly doing that is instead of running Nell, run the what's the red element chick, with the white cool hair. Well, it looks really cool. Can't remember her name off the top of my head, but you can run her instead of Nell. The drawback there is Nell is giving my Yelly another turn, like she's turn boosting and focus healing the Yelly. So in an ideal situation, this boss is like 60 to 70% dead already because we landed the defense down and then we're like, getting more than one attack on Yelly's basic attacks. This is one of the reasons why like Rosa, a well kitted out Rosa, is actually better than Yelly here, because Yelly is such an RNG character with the amount of follow-up attacks that she does. Still, the Nell is properly boosting her. We are getting a ton of damage out of our Yelly, even like this, and it's fine. Even though the run's not going perfect, we're keeping our debuffs on the boss, we're keeping our units going frequently, or our 1 DPS character going frequently, with Nell boosting her speed, and we are landing pretty big damage. You can see this time we get the defense down. Even without the vulnerable, those are 26,000 point hits on the boss, and that is awesome. Okay, so boss continues to go. I'm gonna go ahead and speed it up to ×2 and we'll watch this thing play out. Here comes another attack from the boss. No big deal. It's Ling's turn next. We have another skill 3 ready to pop, and we're back near full health. Viper going to reapply his debuffs. It's going to be Nell's turn. I think she's on cooldown right now. No, she can go for the vulnerable. That's great. Here's Yelly. Ideally right here, Yelly will kill the boss. Now, we didn't get a lot of follow-up attacks early. Yelly missed her first defense down, so we're a little bit behind the pace. It's going to slow the run down by a little bit. And honestly, because this run was on ×2 speed for most of it instead of ×3, it's going to be a lot slower. But here we go. I think we finish it off right here. We do, and even running it at like ×2 and not going perfect, it was, and I'll get my face out of the way, face, go away, a 2 minute and 13 second run, which is much better than my like 3 to 4 minute runs that I was doing before. Again, the thing I did to make that big difference, the big change that I made, was adding Nell into the team comp, and that's how the fight is supposed to play out. Once again, I will reiterate that you are still going to have some scuffed runs because it's Etheria restart. No matter how well you build, you will still, just like your Viper won't strip or land the speed down, or your Nell will miss her vulnerable at 241% effect accuracy, or your Yelly will sometimes land her defense down, sometimes not, but you can't really build her for effect accuracy because you need her to kill the boss. There's just a lot of variability there. Still, that is the best team comp that I currently have for Aurora, and those are my ideas about maybe like how you could make it better by using the well latticed out Rosa instead of Yelly, something like that. So I hope this video is helpful for you. I know Aurora is going to be a big time farming target for a lot of people on 2X weekend. That's how I'm going to be doing my Aurora farming. I'll see y'all later. Peace.